Okay. Okay, we are testing to make sure the live function is working for our weekly stream for cryptocurrency updates. Okay. Okay, sounds like we're good. So, hello everyone. I am here to talk about cryptocurrency for the past week. There's a few questions I had, particularly what makes me think Ethereum is going to do better than Bitcoin over the upcoming year, and what is the use of looking at the Bitcoin dominance chart. And since those two are kind of connected, I just wanted to hop on here and do a quick video about that. So first off, the biggest news for Ethereum is the EIP-1559 proposal that has been released, and you can find that here. I'll provide the link to this in the description of the video after the stream is finished. But the EIP-1559 proposal, in essence, is looking to provide, this is the wrong one, is looking to reduce the amount of Ethereum in the system. So basically what it is a deflationary proposal, so that there will be less ETH in the system. How it's going to work is essentially the way it works right now is that there are miners, and they will confirm transactions, and they will get their transaction fees from each transaction they confirm, as well as a flat fee from the Ethereum blockchain that they get as a reward for mining or confirming transactions. And what EIP 1559 is proposing is that when those fees that are being given to miners for each transaction get too high, the fee over some threshold is going to be burned. And what a fee burn does is essentially, instead of giving those tokens to the miners, it will eliminate them. So right now Ethereum has a market cap of around $150 billion, and I don't think we can figure out how many. We can actually use this to figure out how many ETH are in the system. So let's take this $150 billion. I'm just going to show you how to do this math yourself. You take that and you divide that by the current price of Ethereum, which is this much. And what you'll find is that there's currently about 114 million ETH out in circulation and in existence. And I think they were going to be setting, with EIP 1559, a soft cap of Ethereum at around 125 million ETH in the system, if I recall correctly. So what that means is that once you get over that, you would start burning tokens. And so let's say instead of adding 5 ETH per transaction, they would take away 5. So instead of this total number of ETH going plus 5 like that every 10 seconds, it would be like minus 5. And so we'd be back to where we started, but you could just keep doing that. And as you could see, if you do that for, say, a day, 10 seconds in a day, or 10 seconds per transaction, 60 seconds per minute. Let's just do that math really quickly. So you have 60 seconds per minute, 60 minutes per hour, 24 hours per day, then divide it by that initial 10 seconds. So you'd end up with 800, and say we're burning 5 ETH per transaction, you'd end up with 43,000 ETH kind of evaporating each day once this proposal goes into effect. And that would only be the case when a lot of people are using the Ethereum blockchain and the ecosystem, because that way the ETH would continue to be inflationary when not many people are using it, so it encourages people to be on the platform. and it would start being deflationary when a lot of people are using it, so it encourages holding of the ETH. So that's that proposal, and the reason that that could have a pretty big impact is right now ETH's total market cap is, or total supply is uncapped, so there can just be more and more Ethereum pretty much nonstop. And with this, ETH would become a limited supply commodity similar to Bitcoin, or the same as Bitcoin, and so there would be significantly less ETH coming into the system, and so the price for that ETH would go up. And you kind of see this sort of trend when you look at something like a stock to flow model, where when the incoming supply goes down, the demand, if it stays the same, drives the price up. And if the demand goes up, for instance, if more people start using Ethereum, then the price would go up even faster. So that's EIP-1559, and that is proposed to be coming into play this year. So that's a big reason why Ethereum will probably be having a much more monstrous season this upcoming year. Additionally, one thing we do note is that the amount of funding locked in decentralized finance has just gone parabolic, where you had, I don't know why it's not displaying properly here, but you had somewhere around, what is that, like $1 to $2 billion back in April of this year, in the beginning of this year, or in the beginning of last year, I should say. And we went all the way up to now nearly $25 billion, which is a 5x. And that's not one specific coin, that's just the amount of money that is poured into decentralized finance, and that would be from external sources. And as you can see, the top, more than I can fit on my screen, 15, 16 platforms all use the Ethereum blockchain right here. So all of these decentralized projects are using the Ethereum blockchain, and so Ethereum really is having a lot more use cases come up, whereas Bitcoin, as of now, just is more or less a store of value. It was originally designed to be a peer-to-peer transaction of value, but because of the high fees that we now have and the long wait times for block confirmation and for the miners, the chances are you're not going to be paying for anything in Bitcoin, because it could take up to like an hour for your transaction to be confirmed, and it's also more expensive than originally intended. So Bitcoin more or less now is mostly just a store of value, and Ethereum, because of all of these new decentralized applications that are able to work off of the Ethereum blockchain, has a lot more use cases. One in particular is synthetics and traditional finance. So when we look at the market cap of gold, this is essentially the thing Bitcoin is kind of coming after. So right now the estimated market cap is $11 trillion. And so Bitcoin's market cap as of now is about 600 billion. And so the discussion of Bitcoin being gold 2.0 or digital gold is basically that Bitcoin may replace this gold's market cap one day, whereas Ethereum would replace the the finance infrastructure. And if we look at, I'm not really sure how we can look this up, but I think it's derivatives, because this is a financial tool used by big institutions. Okay, so it could be as big as 1 quadrillion, which is huge, or 640 trillion or 12 trillion, between the nominal and the actual value. So essentially, if Ethereum were to take over this amount, they would still have a much longer way to go, because as you can see right now, Ethereum's got a market cap of only 150 billion dollars, and Bitcoin's already at $600 billion. And so Bitcoin's upper end was that gold 11 trillion value, and Ethereum's is this 640 trillion to 12 trillion range, I guess, for ETH to replace the derivatives market, which is the finance market for all intents and purposes for this discussion. So Ethereum does seem to have a lot larger of an upside. Additionally, Bitcoin's dominance is the other thing we wanted to talk about here. And so for Bitcoin dominance, when the dominance falls, the price of Bitcoin typically rises. And the reason for this, or when the dominance falls, sorry, I misspoke there. The dominance falls, the price of altcoins typically rises. And that is because of the money flow in cryptocurrency. So let's see if I can pull this up. Money flow, crypto. There's a really neat chart. Here it is. So basically money goes from fiat, which is our dollars, so like US dollars, Canadian dollars, any dollars you have, into Bitcoin. And from there you can convert to other cryptocurrencies like large caps, and large caps are usually these in the top like 10 or 20 cryptocurrencies, and Ethereum is the number one up there by like an order of magnitude. Tether is just digital US dollars, so that one isn't really the same. So the next biggest cryptocurrency is Polkadot at 16 billion, and you've got Ethereum here at 150 billion. So literally an order of magnitude higher than the next biggest one. So Ethereum is that biggest part of that large cap, and then the money flows into mid caps and low caps. So Bitcoin dominance is what percentage of the money stored in cryptocurrency is stored in Bitcoin specifically. And so because Bitcoin's dominance was up here at like 73% and now we're down here at 63%, that means about 10% of the money that is stored in cryptocurrency that was originally in Bitcoin got shifted over to alternative assets. And as you can see from the money flow chart, that Bitcoin money went to large caps most often, to large caps, which is things like Ethereum. And you can kind of see that here. That let's check out the date. So Bitcoin dominance started falling January 3rd. Around January 3rd, you actually saw this huge amount of increase in money locked in decentralized finance, which is all the alternative assets, all of these large, mid, and low caps, because decentralized finance on the Ethereum blockchain does have many of these projects. So that is what we wanted to talk about with decentralized finance and Bitcoin dominance. And that's why we keep a look at Bitcoin dominance, because if Bitcoin dominance falls, it doesn't necessarily mean that Bitcoin means that money is going in cryptocurrency, money is going from Bitcoin to somewhere else like Ethereum or Ripple or any other decentralized finance projects that you have going on. So that's that discussion that we wanted to have. I think that's pretty much it for that. Let's see, what else did we need to talk about? If you have any questions, leave them in the questions box so I can get to those as quick as I can. And if you have any other questions that I don't cover here, you can leave them in the comments and I will make a video replying to those. I'm just trying to help you all learn about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and decentralized finance so that you can ride these waves up. So that's pretty much it that I wanted to talk about here. I'm looking at my to discuss list and I'm not seeing anything else. So I think I'm gonna close it off if there's no questions. That's pretty much it. Thank you all for tuning in. Again, I'm gonna link these pages so you can read more about EIP-1559 if you're interested. I do cover the Bitcoin dominance chart every day in my daily updates, both on TikTok and here on YouTube. And then decentralized finance I can cover more. So yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Take care.